Hello, my name is Frederikke.
My name is Camilla.
I'm Jasmine.
I'm Marcus. And I'm Nikolai. And we have our company name Black Sofa. And we are going to tell you about what we have made in this project.
And this is our mood board.
Being chronic homeless is the most well-known type of homelessness. People who are chronically homeless have experienced homelessness for at least a year. Many times people struggling with chronic homelessness have something that is preventing them from fighting their way out of it, whether that be mental illness, a physical disability, or addiction specifically.
Being homeless can cause a lot of channels and has a lot of effects. Typically, it results in loss of ability and will to care for oneself, which increase the danger of one's personal health. It increases the danger of abuse and violence, the chance of entering the criminal justice system, and influence the development of behavioral problems.
Being homeless can cause a lot of diseases and have a negative impact on their mental health. It can also increase the possibility of getting a serious disease you can die of because of the living conditions and bacteria they live in. Homelessness itself can be considered a trauma in multiple ways. Often, the loss of home, together with loss of family connections and social roles, can be traumatic.
At Community First Village, we met Darryl. When Darryl was younger, he had a lot of friends and he was never lonely. He wasn't just necessarily just a part of one group. He talked to many different people. He was never serious about school. And he is aware that he could have done better back when he was in high school. He started taking school seriously when he went to ACC. He got his first real job where he worked 4 to 5 days a week, and he was also a voluntary for 8 to 12 hours a week while he studied. When he moved to Texas, he got a job, and then his wife got sick, and he quit his job and had to take care of her. Darryl became homeless after she died. He has been at Community First Village for 6 years now, where he lives with his dog and cat, and he is very happy for the opportunity. So this is our design, where we have made a house for specifically for Darren, and we have a little cat house for him. And we also made a kitchen where we have put the microwave at the bottom, so it's easier for him to get to it. And we also have given him a big fridge and his cat. And Darryl told us that he was very much into sports, so we always also have put posters on the walls for him and American football, so he can enjoy it. We also have given him a television. You can see on the right corner where you can see his favorite sports when he has spare time from his workings. Yes? Any questions?
Yes, I have a question about the full-size fridge. What led you to that decision for a tiny home?
So he has much space for all his things he wants to have. Maybe he wants to have many sodas, or just have some easy food to get to, so he doesn't have to cook all the time.
Great. And can you speak a little bit on the arrangement of the furniture and how you optimize the space that way?
Yeah, so we have a sofa, which also can be can turn into a bed, so it's a little more comfy. So you can invite friends over to get this hygge feeling in the room, and he also can turn it to his personal home when he has his own bed.
Great. So the accessibility issue with the couch, because it turns into a bed, Darryl is physically able to pull that out every night right now, but because it's permanent housing, have you guys thought about potential mobility issues in the future?
We haven't thought about that. We just thought that it was important for him to get some company and also have a bed. So we thought a sofa like that would be big enough for both. So we didn't choose to get a chair and a desk.
All right. Are there any issues specifically that you spoke to Darryl about that haven't been addressed by this design, or that you think could be addressed by something other than their interior design of their house?
Can you say that again?
Is there anything that you spoke to Darryl about, issues that he may come across with storage or accessibility, or even just decor that, am I making sense? Okay. Are there any issues you spoke to him about that haven't been addressed by your design?
We didn't have time to talk with him about that.
Did you
So-
speak to any neighbors about issues that they're facing with storage or accessibility, cleanliness, anything like that?
I mean, we met a woman who was in a wheelchair, that she was having difficulties getting around in that. Also, if you have back problems and problems with standing up, it will also be easier to just lay back and relax.
So it seems like you have really hit the points of personalization and community, with the couch having several different options. Having a larger fridge might also lean towards community, and a TV, so that's awesome. Is there any privacy or elements to this design as well?
I mean, we also made it to a sofa bed because then he didn't always have to go up in the living room for all the people who lives there. And he has his own space now, so he can have a little more privacy when he needs it.
Awesome. Anything that you did to adjust for maybe the cost of a home design like this? Typically, sofa beds are more expensive, and full refrigerators are a little bit more expensive. And we also typically don't have TVs automatically included in the homes because of the cost associated with it.
We didn't thought about that in our design plan.
No worries.
Okay.
These are just all the questions we're going through. Anything else you want to add about Darryl or the design?
No, I think we are done.
Great. All right, last question. What do you think the most transformational thing that you learned from your interviews with neighbors was?
I mean, that everybody had a different story about how they get through life, and what difficulties they have been living with, and seeing their perspective on different kind of things, and see how they are going through things, and how they are helping each other in the community.
Great. Anything to add?